Guys, welcome back to Kuya Puto's channel. Masama ba magpadala ng pera sa Pilipinas? Alam ko, madaming Pilipino, OFW, umaalis po sila ng Pilipinas para makapagtrabaho sa ibang bansa so they can bring back money, so they can send back money home. Diba? May mali po ba doon? Yun ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Mali po ba magpadala sa Pilipinas? Alam ko, it's big business. And a lot of people back home, yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, they count on this remittance money. Itong mga padala for their daily, everyday needs, right? Pero, when is enough enough? You know, should we be selfish and think about ourselves first? And ano ba yung mga impact nito sa nagpapadala? So, yun po ang topic natin ngayon. We're gonna talk about the 5 different things na one should consider before they embark on this obligation po. Pinakaunang topic po is financial strain. Ano ibig sabihin ng Kuya Puto? The financial strain doon sa tao na nagpapadala. Alam niyo po, pag nagtrabaho kayo sa ibang bansa, hindi po madali. Mahirap ang kumita ng pera. So, we have to consider the financial strain, yung bigat sa bulsa na nadadanas ng tao na nagpapadala. Isipin nyo guys, magtatrabaho yung tao sa ibang bansa. Ang hirap na nun. Palagay nyo nandito sa Canada, right? He has to deal with winter. He has to deal with the ever-growing cost of living. Hindi bumababa, and all the taxes involved. And I'm pretty sure narinig niyo yun over YouTube. Gasgas na po yung topic na yun. And on top of that, the majority pagdating po ng tao dito, hindi naman po biglang malaking sweldo agad, right? And then, in the Philippines, marami po nag-expect na magpapadala tong taong to. So, paano pa po mabubuhay itong nagpapadala? Isipin nyo, he has to pay for his own expenses here. You know, dolyar po ang ginagasta ng taong yun, hindi pesos, right? Tsaka, napakadaming gastahin. And on top of that, kailangan magtabi po siya ng padala sa Pilipinas. So, you have to consider kung ikaw po yung nagpapadala, what kind of financial strain that this is gonna cause you before you commit to this obligation po. Number 2, yung personal goals po na nagpapadala. Dahil kung magiging regular po to, naiintindihan ko dahil, you know, yung mga ibang tao, meron po silang naiwanan na pamilya, maybe asawa, anak, magulang, you know, mga kapatid, you know, for all different types of reasons, right? Kailangan sustentohan nila. But at the same time, naisip po ba nung nakaka-receive ng pinapadalan na baka meron namang plano sa buhay to? You know, baka nakakabigat naman tayo dito sa taon to dahil lalo na po kung bata. Mga bata, maambisyon, and they should be. You know, they should reach high for the sky, you know, because your potential is unlimited. You just gotta learn to tap into it. Paano po kung yung nagpapadala, malaki ang plano sa buhay, pero hirap na hirap dahil sa obligasyon na nalagay sa ulo po niya na magpadala. You know, to the point where yung mga plano po niya sa buhay, he or she has to set aside. Tapos nagiging priority yung pagpapadala ng pera sa Pilipinas. Napakahirap po nun dahil kung isipin nyo, I'm pretty sure mga tao po dyan, kung reasonabling tao po kayo, you never want to be the reason why somebody was never able to achieve his goals dahil pabigat. So number 3 is economic circumstance. Gamitin po natin tong Canada as an example for this, right? Dito po ngayon, recession. Yung pong mga bilihin, lahat taas. Yung pong mga services, lahat taas. Yung pong sweldo, hindi tumataas. Dahil that's what a recession does to a country, right? Mahirap pong maghanap ng pera. And on top of that, paano po, palagay nyo na, kung di naman ganun kalaki yung sweldo nung nagpapadala, pero yung pong mga mahal nyo sa buhay sa Pilipinas, they are expecting this 24/7. No miss, that every first of the month or every last of the month, meron pong nakukuha silang cheque, meron po silang nakukuhang pera nang galing dun sa nagpapadala. Masakit po yun. Mahirap po yun. Dahil isipin nyo, naghihirap na nga yung tao dito. Lalo pang mahihirapan siya dahil he has to put aside money to send back home na naging obligasyon niya. Hindi naman po lahat ng mapupuntahan na bansa para makapagtrabaho yung tao is gonna be economically 100% great. Because it's up and down, right? The economy goes up, economy goes down. Just so happens, dito sa Canada ngayon, the economy is in the toilet. And it's hard enough to live here na walang sustento. Lalo pa po kung nagtitira kayo dito, tapos meron kayong sinusustentohan dahil sa economy ng Canada ngayon. So, let's be understanding. Number 4, guys, is family matters. I'll give you a scenario. Paano kung yung po nagpapadala ng pera sa Pilipinas, meron na siyang pamilya dito? Okay? Meron po siyang asawa, meron po siyang mga anak. Hindi po biro mag-raise ng pamilya dito sa Canada. Napakamahal po. Pagdating lang sa eskwelahan, pagdating lang sa pagkain, pagdating lang sa childcare, extracurricular activities, food, groceries, insurance, what have you, and so on and so forth. Napakadami po nun. Hindi po natatapos. Tapos madadagdagan pa po ng obligasyon yung tao na magpadala on top of everything else that he or she has to worry about. Mahirap pong gawin yun. Napakahirap gawin. Tapos, even worse, paano po kung yung asawa na nagpapadala is not that understanding? Mag-aaway po yun. Because sasabihin ng asawa, ano ba yan? Naghihirap na nga tayo dito. Tapos padala ka pa rin ng padala. This is very common. Okay, not everybody is lucky enough to end up with an understanding husband or wife. That happens. Paano pa kung yun ang naging resulta ng pamilya na nagpapadala to fall apart? Baka ma-divorce pa siya. Baka maging homeless pa siya. Posible po yun. All of that is possible. And hindi po naiisip to ng mga kaka-receive ng padala sa Pilipinas because, all they know is, hey, you know what? We need this and the reason why you're there is to help us back home. So, alanganin po. So, nalalagay po sa alanganin yung nagpapadala. So, we have to think about that. And the last one, guys, and this is probably the most important, that's why I left it for last, is financial dependency. Yes, financial dependency. Alam nyo, sino ba hindi gusto maging sustentado? Ako, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be sustentado. Gusto ko wala akong ginagawa. Gusto ko wala akong iniisip. Gusto ko first of the month, end of the month, dumadating lang yung pera sa bulsa ko. Wala na akong magtatrabaho. Wala na akong gagawin. Napakasarap po ng buhay nun. I'm not saying this happens to all of them, pero I'm pretty sure this happens to a lot of them. Okay? I'm not saying na masama na magpadala. Filipinos, we are a family-oriented culture. Pag nakita natin yung mga magulang natin na kailangan ng tulong, of course. Mga kapatid natin, of course. Lalo na yung mga anak natin, of course. Pero ilagay po natin sa lugar yan. Dahil not everybody thinks logically. Yung iba po, nasasanay sila. Alam nila may dadating na pera, so hindi na sila nagtatrabaho. Hinihintay na lang nila yung sustento. And doon po sila nabubuhay. And yung naman nagpapadala, natutuwa din. But he doesn't realize the negative effects that it's having on his life. Ako po, I hate to use myself as an example. But, dati sa casino po ako nagtatrabaho. Naranasan ko po gumising bago tumilaok yung manok. Nagtatrabaho na po ako. Natutulog pa yung manok. Nagtatrabaho na ako. I have to wake up madaling araw. I have to fight the snow, fight the cold weather, fight traffic, fight hunger, fight walang tulog para po makapagtrabaho ako even before tumilaok yung manok. Even before yung araw tumaas. Naranasan ko po yun. So I know the value of money. Yung pong mga nakaka-receive ng padala sa Pilipinas, naramdaman na po ba nila yun? Dahil kung di pa po nila nararamdaman yung dusa, and alam lang po nila is at the first or at the end of the month, meron pong dadating na sustento, they will never appreciate money. They will never appreciate a good life. They will never appreciate anything because everything came easy for them. Meron nga po ako nabasa ng bata ako. And I hate to quote the Bible. Pero I think it goes something like, don't give a man a fish. Teach him how to fish. That way he'll never starve. Ito po yun. Don't get me wrong. Marami pong magagalit kay Kuya Puto dito sa video na to because siguro tatamaan, but this is the God's to honest truth. Ito po yung mga pakiramdam ng mga tao nagpapadala na hindi po nila gustong sabihin kahit kanino dahil nahihiya po sila. They don't wanna upset anybody, especially family members that depend on them. Okay, but sometimes po, kailangan ilagay natin to sa lugar dahil everybody is an individual person that has needs, that has wants, that has dreams. And yung pong tatlong yon, parang nawawala pag yung obligasyon napunta sa tao, napunta sa ulo niya. So, maybe, just maybe, it's a good idea na bago tayo mag-commit dito sa obligasyon na to, mag-isip muna tayo to see if it's actually gonna benefit yung mga minamahal natin sa buhay or if it's gonna make it worse because they become dependent on you instead of them looking for ways to become independent. So, sana naman po, di kayo nagalit kay Kuya Puto. I'm just saying the God's to honest truth that nobody ever wants to hear about. And, yeah. I'll see you in the next video, guys.